She makes about 43,000 is what I figured out.
Correct.
And you know, when we've done the comparison with other communities our size, I mean, Flora has 4 people in their department, or at least 4. I mean, and there's less, and they have maybe 2 grants or something. And every time she sees Joretta, she says, "Oh my gosh, Leanne, how can you do it? How do you do it?" Well, it's because she stays late and comes in weekends, and we just had the exit conference for State Board of Accounts, and they're not overly complimentary as a rule, but they said Leanne is so great to work with. I mean, there were no noticeable infractions, anything wrong other than internal control, which just means there's 2 people, and there's not enough cross-training, oversight, all that jazz, because you can't with only 2 people. So I think.
Let me give you a real quick example, real quick. This is how stupid it gets with state board and government. So I was feeling bad because, again, every year they say we don't have enough internal controls. So we have this website that all clerk treasurers get on. So here's this clerk treasurer from this small town, and she's complaining. She had just had her exit interview, and they wrote her up for internal controls. And I thought, well, what's so bad about that? They did big it. But then as I read farther, she's the only one that works there. How do you make someone check your work if you're the only one there? But they wrote her up for internal controls. So it is the thing.
I mean,
right
it
now
just
with
makes
state
you
board.
really proud to sit there and listen to them compliment, and, you know, it makes us feel lucky. I mean, that's what it really makes you feel, that we have somebody that dedicated, and Shane is right, how, I mean, if she does not continue in the position, I think I know there's been times that you've absolutely rejected a raise, and it doesn't make the salary come up to what it normally should, just in the cost of living raises. I mean, I just think that it
Well,
should
my
be at least
2%
comparable.
will be fine. I'm taking it
There's the next
2%.
proposal.
Pardon?
So you might give her a percentage, what do you think?
Well, you give them.
You didn't do it for anyone else tonight. You stuck to the 2%.
We went 4% for,
I only agree with it wholeheartedly because of not only your loyalty, but what Shane said. Because part of the problem in Carroll County in general is we don't have enough dangling up there for the people with proper training and ability to take jobs, and why not entice somebody to say, oh, okay, that's a little better, I might run for that job.
That could backfire on you too.
Well, I
You
know
can
you can.
entice the
It can
wrong
always-
person who
yeah.
wants the title and position and spends 1
I
hour a week
understand
in
that,
here.
you know, you can get up, walk out the door tomorrow and get hit by a car,
Yeah,
you know? It's
sure
just-
can.
It don't matter, I'm game, I think you deserve more too.
The difference between a 2% raise and a 4% raise amounts to $850 annually increase. Not saying
That's
it's-
not the difference, that's the total.
What?
You said the difference between the 2% and 4%, that's not it.
That's,
You said the difference, you had 2% down there, it's 2%. Oh, this is only one,
sorry, for the.
I'm sorry,
so
this is
for
only
the-
one department.
So
I'm
for the
wrong.
total salary of the year,
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry.
so it would go from, the 2018 was 14,086, 4% would go to 14,649.
I'm okay with that.
I'm good.
Sorry, Larry.
You lose.
You gotta hire another person though.
She needs to hire another person, then she should get more than 4%.
All right, we'll go to bookkeeper. This is one that kind of ties back to the court department. So, let me find myself real quick. So for Since at least 2013, there's been $500 or more put in the court department for the city court clerk's salary, which, while we're trying to streamline things within the parks department and limit the amount of places that employees get paid, it would make sense to have everybody pay from as few line items as possible. The judge was under the understanding that that $500 from the court department was in addition to her annual salary, which is not. He had requested in lieu of the $250 bonus that she receive a raise that's equivalent to the 2% plus another $500, which was down in the city court department. And I don't know originally when that was put in there, if it was intended to be.
It was always, because when she accepted that job, the $500 come out of city, and it was a way of budgeting. It come out of city court, and it was paid towards her salary. There was so much taken out of general, out of my clerk's office, so much taken out of water, so much taken out of waste, and then $500 come out of court. It was a part of her combined, that was her combined salary, her hourly rate equaled that. That $500 wasn't extra, it wasn't a bonus, it was part of her salary. When she took the job as billing clerk for the utility department, she also took on the city court. And that city court is an hour. It used to be an hour twice a month that she could spend on that at the most. Now she spends about half an hour to every week on it with Craig, and probably another 2 to 3 hours a month on bookkeeping. That's the most she spends on it. But $500 was part of her salary, figured.
It was only when Craig Wallace became the judge that I think he didn't know what he was doing so much, and so he said he depended on Donna, and so, you know, he was grateful, so he says, oh, let's give her an additional amount of money. So, you know, I'm going with Leanne's sort of reasoning and saying, let's not give the extra.
See, the only other thing that I have a problem with it, if I take that bookkeeper who also handles your payroll and your PR, or your human resources, that's a big job, but that person also eventually, once they're trained, becomes your deputy clerk. So that deputy clerk should have a higher pay rate than the girl that's sitting over there that's your billing clerk. That's two total different positions.
You don't have a deputy clerk,
Not right now.
but you don't have, in the wages ordinance last year, I don't think you had one in there.
My deputy clerk gets the high end of the range.
I got you.
So it would be unfair to take that billing clerk and put her at the high end of the range, wouldn't it? Unless we establish another line in the salary ordinance that we approve later on this year.
How's the rest of the council feel?
Tired.
Very.
So then you're just gonna give her a 2% raise? Is that what you're talking about? Instead of the 3.4?
How's the
It's
council feel?
on the next line, Mike, 4113, utility clerk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
The 4.9 reflects that $500 in there, right? Or does it?
Sorry, I had to go, I went to the wages ordinance real quick. Yeah, the 4.9 does, so the 3.4 isn't,
Yeah, I don't know why
that's like that because I went off the top end, the most that somebody at the top end of their scale could make in a year. So with a 2% raise, that's how I got that.
Their top from the previous years added 2% on should just be a straight 2%. It shouldn't come out to this, it never has in the past.
I know.
So I'm not real sure what we're doing here.
that's why I was down in the wages ordinance, because I was wondering the same thing. Okay, so at 2%, they could make 5.58 top end for that 30.
Probably, that sounds about right.
So I'd multiply that by 2080. Right? Is that what we're going off of? 2,080 hours?
Why are you doing that? Why don't you take it times 2%?
Because,
You're wanting an annual figure, you're wanting, all I ever did in the past was take my top range times 2% times my hours, and
that's what I just did.
yeah.
I come up with that 11,606.
So why is that coming up to 3.4?
Maybe we went off of a smaller range last year because we didn't have a deputy clerk.
You had to. You had to, surely.
So,
I gotta look at it and see.
may I keep that 11,607 in there?
For now.
All right.
So 4112 stays as it's presented.
Correct. And the council, I assume the majority wants to go just with 11,607, which would be 2% if, depending on the math.
2% changes to 3.4.
Well, the 3.4, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying that is a 2%, even though it says 3.4. We'll get there. We've got a couple months to talk about this some more.
In that we just gave her 4%, I don't think the next person down should be making 3.4.
Well, it's not.
I know, but
Their hourly rate will increase by 2%. The difference is what was budgeted in 2018. I don't know if it reflects a full 2,080 hours worked. I think it was possibly shy of that, or it was based on a lower end of the scale. So it will get resolved in the wages ordinance, and if worse comes to worse, we have like $200 extra in that line. I mean, $850. Part-time, 2% increase. Any objections? Right? Overtime, there wasn't any used, or there hasn't been any used this year. At that rate, I think that's 40 hours of overtime to fit into $1,000. Any other discussion from the council?
it's fine.
Okay. Supplies was kept the same. Alright. Drug testing kept the same. Legal was decreased in 2016. Clerk treasurer did use legal. I think it was on a employee matter. Was it? Was it on?
I've used Abby those several times, but Abby just doesn't bill me. So I think it's considered almost a chit chat or something, but Mackenzie billed me, but when I discuss something with Abby, I don't, so I don't need that much.
Any discussion from the council? Software and maintenance was set at 0 since we were taking Keystone out of that line item we discussed before. Did you want to put anything in that? Clerk treasurer, do you want anything in that?
I think there should be something in there. I think that creates a false impression that you need nothing in there. I think there should be something that reflects, oh, you might need
Okay,
something.
there's two different ways. You can stick the 2,200 for the Keystone software in there. You can stick so much money in there because when I have had issues with Bitdefender interfering with Keystone and Sound Advice has to come up here and repair. So that should be billed to my office then, because that's a reflection on my office.
disagree. Because your office administers the funds for every department within the city of Delphi, which is why it was being taken out of general in the first place.
Okay, I'm fine, whatever. You guys know more about it than I do.
Dues and bonds, $750, stayed the same. Seminars and training, $1,500, stayed the same. Clerk treasurer ever hire somebody else? Can you go to training? Codification, set at 0. I've done it the last 2 years, as long as I stay organized throughout the year. It's only kind of a hassle and saves $1,000. And then Mackenzie generally looks at it just to make sure everything's in the right place, but is council fine with that?
Fine.
All right. Miscellaneous computer, did you want us to take something in here for?
Since you said in 2019 you need computers, I think we should stick something in.
Okay.
How much?
How much?
Well, they're gonna run you around $2,000 a piece, 3 stations.
So $6,000.
Any other discussion from the council on that?
We're putting 6,000 in there.
That's what she said.
Did, the third line, 4113, did that change at all, or is it as written?
4113,
Yes.
11607. Reflex, we think.
Oh, like the line above?
Correct.
Really? I thought that you said that the bookkeeper makes more than the utility clerk.
Should.
They have the same wage range. So the clerk treasurer could elect to put them both at the same high end of the scale if she wanted, in which case they would be making 11607 times 3.
What's your opinion?
I'm tired. I don't know, Carolyn. I need to look at it because I disagree with the amount. I don't think it's correct. And in my bonehead right now, it doesn't seem correct, and it's not gonna seem correct until I look at it and work with it.
Well, we can come back to it, can't we?
Yeah, I
I mean,
assume.
that's it.
So I've got 6,000 in computers. Anything further on the clerk department? The council will like to reconvene tomorrow night, or keep plugging away at what do we have left? Edit.
Pension, rainy day, CCI, riverboat, and fire.
And Chief Sterritt couldn't make it tonight, he can be here tomorrow if we want to review it. Depends on if you guys want to meet tomorrow night. I don't think police pension, rainy day, CCI, or riverboat will take very long at all. Edit may take 10, 15 minutes.
Well, the fire department is pretty much, we approve what the township trustees and the board has proposed. I had a couple question marks, but I realize those are just questions.
Yeah, I think his total should have came.
It's a little less than last year's.
And a little less than last year. There were some line items that he moved around the amounts in.
You want to stay in line, Brian, or you want to go
I'm ready to go to bed, but
to?
I gotta work, get up at 5. I'm not retired.
Yeah. You
Then
get
why
ride
don't
the
we,
bus.
why don't we,
Let's do it tomorrow then.
do it tomorrow night? I make a motion, we adjourn. Do it tomorrow evening.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? It is 9:35.
Praise the Lord.
We're getting to the quick ones.
Got a man?
I know we were getting to the
Yeah,
quick
man,
ones, I kept hoping, but man, that buzzer goes off at 5 o'clock.
I know.